Hi, welcome to Changing Mindset with Louise Namara. Well, a few days back, Uganda celebrated its 58th independence anniversary. Now, what is the meaning of true independence? For a country to be truly independent, it means the country is left alone to master its own destiny, make its own mistakes, come up with their own sustainable solutions that will fit within their capabilities, their value system, their cultural beliefs of their people. It also means making decisions without the interference of external factors, but rather on the basis of their own mindset. When you stop letting others influence your thoughts and start believing in yourself and in the decisions that you make and discover your own insight of the world, then you are truly independent. But when you dictate how a nation and its people do things, you not only kill its ingenuity, but you're killing its true spirit of independence. Now, is Uganda truly independent? Are the African countries truly independent? Or was Julius Nyerere right when he said that seems to have been given to us by the colonialists by the right hand and taken away through the left hand? If we are to look at international trade, who determines the prices on the market? Our products. Is it us or is it the Western world? It's the Western world. What about the influence of China in Africa? It's through the interest-free loans in the agriculture sector, industrial sector, and infrastructure as well. What about the growing military influence in Africa by Germany, the US, Italy, Russia, Spain? What about our educational system? Is it truly independent? It is still based on the colonial system, one that supports cramwork and not creativity. An educational system that is supporting the learning of foreign languages and not bothered about their own people first learning their mother tongue. What about the mentality that is being incorporated in our minds by educational system to treat Westerners as demigods? In that if a Westerner commits a crime in Africa, they can easily get away with it. But if an African commits the same crime, they are punished. Why would you love the foreigners more than you love yourself? Even the Bible says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. You start by loving yourself before you love your neighbor. We need to love Africa. We need to love ourselves before we start loving the foreigners. So are we truly independent? Look at the employment sector. Have you seen how an Asian employer in Africa treats an African employee? Like they're slaves. And the government is not doing anything about it, not rising up to put rules and regulations about how the Africans should be treated in their own country by the foreigners. Look at the government always receiving aid and more aid and asking for aid and asking for foreign solutions. Those foreign solutions do not solve the problems of Africa, but rather they incapacitate the Africans to come up with their own solutions to be independent and solve their own problems. But the government people are literally seated and minding about their own selfish interests. They are receiving bribes from so-called investors and the colonialists as well. And they're enjoying their lives at the expense of their people. And you find that people are suffering and they need help and they're crying out, but their ears are shut to the needs of their people. And that is why we need the young people who have a heart for their countries, the African countries, to arise and take on positions, fight for the positions of leadership, such that they can fight for the true independence of the countries, the African countries. We need young people to arise and unite and fight against colonialism. We need Africa to be truly independent. For true independence gives the nation a right to decide its own fate. They have the right to initiate their own development policies and goals, to initiate their own government ideas, to establish their own education system, to set up their own rules and laws, and to run their own government and not depend on the colonialists. Why should we seek for approval from the Western world, yet we can actually truly be independent and make our own decisions as Africans, as African countries, as Uganda? So I encourage the young people, let us arise. Let us arise and take on the leadership positions and fight for the true independence of our African countries. Thank you so much.